Welcome back to Horror Movie Month, and I am so excited today because I will be reviewing what I would consider the scariest movie of all time. And before I get to this review, I just want to say thank you guys so much for showing me support in my channel. And I also want to say I was supposed to upload another review on Friday. I was actually supposed to upload a review on Friday the 13th. I will be doing a review of Friday the 13th, the remake or the reboot, whatever you want to call it, after this video or whatever. I was just very exhausted on Friday to make another video, so yeah. My review for the reboot of Friday the 13th will be my next video that I upload. But enough chit chat, let's get talking about what I would call the scariest film of all time, The Exorcist. So, The Exorcist came out in 1973. And this film was directed by William Friedkin, I believe. I think that's his name. And in this film, the story revolves around a girl known as Regan McNeil, who lives with her mother and one day is experiencing a terrible, life-threatening exorcism. And these two priests have to figure a way how to perform an exorcism in order to save Regan's life from this demon that's taking over her body. The Exorcism is the most influential horror film of all time. It has to be. What is there wrong about this film? This is a perfect horror film. This is truly a perfect horror film from all standards. This film is honestly the pinnacle of horror. And I still find films like The Exorcist to be very scary still to this very day. And for good reason. There's a lot that can be said about this film. The Exorcism isn't just a film about demons and possessions. This film is actually a lot deeper. We get to see the life of Father Karras, who was played by Jason Miller, who does a phenomenal job in this film. Really great actor. I wish he was in a lot more stuff because Jason Miller has a lot to do in this film. His performance is highly realistic, and that's just one of the reasons why this film is so influential and still terrifying. But we get to see the life of Father Karras and his mother, and after his mother passes away, he barely even knows what he wants to do with his life. And once he comes across this girl that's suffering from a horrible exorcism, this man has to think of a way to save her life. The Exorcist is without a doubt an extremely layered movie. This film has so many things that will be thrown directly at your face. And I'm not talking about just scares, but through storytelling and deep narrative. You actually want to think about it when you watch movies like The Exorcist because it is beautiful and it is terrifying. The narrative is pitch perfect. And how everything else in the film is set up to take you through a dark, a very creepy, and a very uncomfortable experience. The Exorcist is one of those films that makes you very sick to your stomach sometimes, and it makes you very uncomfortable to watch. And it was due to the mind of Friedkin. William Friedkin has an amazing point of view in this film. His direction is absolutely immaculate, and he makes the atmosphere in this film stand out perfectly. And just the scenery and the atmosphere and the setting alone is suspenseful. Literally almost every single shot in The Exorcist will give you chills down your spine. It is highly suspenseful. Let's talk about Linda Blair. Honestly, I think one of the best child performances I've seen. She does an excellent job in this film. She is honestly one of the best child actors I have ever seen. Seriously. She really does put effort into delivering a highly realistic performance in this film. And not just as Regan, but the demon too. She really does have a lot of work in this film, and she really stands out in this film. Fun fact, Blair actually smoked at least 30 cigarettes a day and ate raw eggs in order to make her throat deliver an uncomfortable voice. So really, whatever she was doing For this film, it worked. She really does deliver as both Regan and the demon in this film. Blair is really great here. The Exorcist is also filled with so many uncomfortable scenes in the film. And they're done so well that literally every one of them is iconic. Like if you've seen The Exorcist, spoilers by the way if you haven't seen The Exorcist, which by the way, why? Just why? If you've seen The Exorcist, you obviously know the head spinning scene, which by the way still sends chills down my spine.
Lift me! Lift me! Do you know what she did? Your canting daughter?
And other scenes where the priests are performing the exorcism and you see Regan just absolutely losing it. She's doing literally insane things that you wouldn't even think of seeing in a horror movie. And it is disgusting, it is messed up, and it is really well done. And this is one of the few times where I've actually felt brutally disgusted in a horror film. I don't think I will ever have that feeling ever again. Because honestly, it's extremely hard to top movies like The Exorcist when you're talking about the horror genre. It's extremely hard to top movies like The Exorcist. Even when you rewatch The Exorcist, it makes you uncomfortable. You get the sense of feeling that you know exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, but for some reason, this film is so well made that you can barely keep your eyes open. Because this film is filled with so many uncomfortable, highly suspenseful, and unnerving elements. Max von Sydow absolutely really does an excellent job in this film. I thought honestly he was the best actor aside from Jason Miller, even if he wasn't in the film that much, because he really does an excellent job in this film, especially in the scenes where he's helping Father Karras perform the exorcism. Those are some of the most powerful scenes in the entire film. And we get a better viewing on what this demon actually is and what it wants with Regan. And it's truly terrifying. The Exorcist gets everything right. The performances, the highly revolutionary story, the phenomenal cinematography, the uncomfortable and unnerving and extremely well-made scares. This is a horror film that's revolutionary for so many reasons. And I'm going to be completely honest when I say this. I cannot call you a true horror fan if you don't at least like or love The Exorcist. I seriously see no reason for you to hate this movie. This movie is a freaking classic. It's definitely a masterpiece and one of the top, it's on the top 10 best horror films ever made. I would put it on there. And there are so many reasons, like I already stated. And before I end this review, I just want to talk about another scene which I think is one of the most powerful scenes, if not the most powerful scene in The Exorcist. The ending of the film, where, spoilers if you haven't seen The Exorcist, where Father Karras walks in the bedroom and finds Father Merrin dead on the floor, and Regan sits in a chair, and Father Karras absolutely just beats the crap out of Regan and tries to beat the demon out of her. And then all of a sudden he just says, "Take me, come into me, come into me." And the demon just, without hesitation, automatically just enters him, and he jumps out the window. And it's a powerful scene for a reason. He sacrificed himself to save the little girl. And it was sad, but his sacrifice for Raven was very powerful. Seriously though, that's really all I have to say about this film. What else is there to say? The Exorcist is a masterpiece. It's a freaking classic. It's one of the best horror films of all time. And it's been a highly revolutionary horror film for decades, ever since its release back in 1973. And this is a film that will inspire filmmakers to create films in the horror genre. And it will continue to do that, for sure. Because this film truly is the pinnacle of horror. The Exorcist gets an A+. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Look forward to my other reviews that I'll be doing following a horror movie month that I will be continuing. So excited to review more horror movies. My next review is going to be a review of the Friday the 13th reboot. That's going to be interesting to review. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review. You guys are the best. Love every single one of you. Look forward to more reviews that will be coming very soon. And as always, if you're new here and you like what you see here, why not hit that subscribe button to join the EliB/520 community. And I will see you next time. Peace out.